You know, I've been through many different kinds of media, whether it was aimed for younger viewers or straight up towards adults. For whatever that matter is, it doesn't bother me at all. As long as I find them entertaining throughout and I'm willing to give my thoughts on it clearly, that's fine. Even though what I'm about to go over and deliver my thoughts to may seem awkward. I bring this matter up because I feel I have to confess to it sooner or later, and it'd be worse if I was caught in the middle of it than confessing to it now. And rest assure you, it isn't easy. Getting straight to the chase, I've been curiously watching a series that's been spread all over the web entitled My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. And I liked it.
My little pony, my little pony.
It's hard to admit. Even to my awareness of whatever targeting it is, it feels pretty humiliating to admit liking a show like this. I mean, I hope I'm not taken the wrong way by my taste. I play adult video games on my Xbox 360 occasionally, I enjoy violent movies occasionally, and I listen to heavy metal, old or new, occasionally. Or so whereabouts. On top of that, I'm 22 fucking years old. So for a show that's aimed for 5-year-old girls, how the hell did I get an entertaining 20 or so minutes out of every episode, you may ask? Well, within this special occasion, I decided to spend some time to review it in the hopes that it's legitimate enough. I'll first go over my discovery of it a few months back, which was behind a fan-made trailer I stumbled upon from dorkly.com that carried the sound clip of StarCraft II while using footages from the cartoon. It was entitled PonyCraft II by username Stubbornly Obsolete. After watching it, I was laughing my ass off at the mixing of its cuteness and epicness. It was so ridiculously funny to the point that I favored it up to now. I didn't think too much of the cartoon itself though, but I did stumble through some pretty large compliments to the series, even for other males. I was quite surprised really, so I was convinced enough to watch it myself. But I'm still keeping my distance before jumping too far ahead. So I started watching the series available on YouTube at a late hour every night. Thankfully I wasn't caught. Not yet, I hope. Anyway, the series takes place in a fantasy world called Equestria, which is populated by fantasy creatures, but horses for the most part while being named as abstract fetishes. Some are unicorns, some are Pegasuses, and others are ordinary ponies. Our main protagonist is a unicorn named Twilight Sparkles, and the first episode is a two-parter pilot of her trying to prevent an unfortunate prophecy to the beloved Princess Celestria, who's the sibling of Nightmare Moon as they once controlled night and day together. To Nightmare's evil schemes, she is then imprisoned for a millennium before being unleashed again. And I honestly think Nightmare Moon looks pretty badass. But since a few days are close to the 1000th year for her, Twilight tries to warn Celestria, but the only thing she gets in return is a favor in socializing in Ponyville. It's not very long before Nightmare arrives and brings chaos to the village. So now it's up to Twilight and her new companions to stop her madness as she plans to, you guessed it, conquer the world.
Of course!
As I watched the series, this warm, fuzzy feeling came and it sank into my stomach from the start as it grew very quickly. And before I knew it, that meant I was actually enjoying the series, and I was on the next episode after another like a drug addict. The rest of the episodes are of one character's life obstacles after another, though having very familiar scripts. This then leads to various morals about taking responsibilities and not shoved down your throat like what most educational shows did. They range from the basics such as knowing that friendship is important, learn to share, be a helpful source, and mind your manners. But there are also much more deep life hacks given later on than what I expected. There are even episodes that counteract with what to do when it comes to growing up, like finding and setting a future by cutie marks, which, though spoiling this series, actually symbolizes your career goals by the culture of Equestria. I'm not kidding, this actually involves grown-up lessons. The characters in general are quite engaging by their simple personalities in support of the series. They may seem one-dimensional at first, but they really aren't. They actually made me care for them. Twilight in general is very likable. She's kind of our guide through the series as we see her interactions with the following, as well as a pet dragon Spike. One is Fluttershy, who actually keeps a lookout for the critters, and by her obvious name, she's the shyest of the group. Rarity is a lady-mannered artistic fashionist who enjoys designing clothes, but to a sympathetic extent, and not being a judgmental snobfest like I see in most cartoons with fashionist preteens. A western horse named Applejack is by far my favorite character. Though she does swing ropes and perform rodeo stunts like most typical western portrays, she actually displays a lot of sportsmanship, loyalty, independence, and overall has a strong heart to others' needs. Rainbow Dash is a tomboyish Pegasus who loves showing off her flying stunts, displaying cool factor. She's also another favorite character of mine as well because of how adventurous she is. Okay, so who did I miss? Oh yes, that pink horse. Out of her hyperactivity, Pinkie Pie is annoying. but she nevertheless carries the needed substance to support every episode, and at times she can be lovably annoying from some of the silliest moments in the series, which is very rare for me to say. She enjoys cooking and partying, and I swear to God, she has practically no taste buds. There was an episode where she gladly ate a muffin mixed with potato chips, soda, and earthworms, which made other ponies sick. Ugh. So to sum everything else up, it is very beautiful to watch. Of course it's a fantasy and it's aimed at little girls, but it works. Also, coming from someone whose experience that is aiming into graphic design, I can tell this was animated in Adobe Flash. I can see all the separate tweening and skewing, and all the various layers piece by piece. It's done smoothly and delicately, and it overall fits the style of its content. The show also features some musical pieces that I find, most of them admittedly catchy for non-Disney musicals. Except for Pinky's. As usual, I find her annoying. But aside from that, and to sum it all up, the series is pleasantly well paced, it's cleverly written, and overall, it's a pretty fun series. Good God, I can't believe I actually said that. But I hope that actually explains why I like this series. If not, then suffice it to say, it's a guilty pleasure at the very least. However, it actually has gained a cult following at DeviantArt.com by a spread of different fanart submissions spread throughout. And you know, this comes to a simple life lesson in this video, and it's that you should not only never judge a book by its cover, but also learn to face it in order to acknowledge that concept even further. I'd say it's a lesson I've learned over and over again, but I was told that to learn is to relearn. So I feel uncomfortable saying this, but God damn it, I like this series. Now, since this is only Season 1, I don't plan on giving it a rating. Probably not for a while. You never know what the next results will be for Season 2, which I actually am looking forward to. So, if you have nothing else to do, and you dare yourself to watch the show and give it a shot, I'd say definitely check it out under my risky recommendation. But until next time, this is Golden Fox. Take care.